Welcome to the latest episode of Bite-Sized Bible Breakdowns. This video will look at the historical significance of the Book of Ezra. Ezra is thought to be a priest who returned from the Babylonian exile and instituted major changes in Judaism's post-exile evolution after being exposed to the Sumerian and Persian myths which influenced Second Temple era theology. However, some scholars dispute this interpretation and consider that Ezra may have been a later compiler or editor of the books that make up the Hebrew Bible. The Book of Ezra opens with the freeing of the Judahites and their return to the land of their forefathers, where they began rebuilding Solomon's temple and ushering in the Second Temple era. In this era, lacking a dynastic royal ruler was when the priesthood rose to prominence. This was the period when the Torah, or the first 5 books of Moses, was first compiled by Ezra, as rabbinic tradition holds. This was also the era when the books were edited by the priests, known academically as the priestly source, or simply P. A passage in Ezra chapter 4 is also the source of friction between the exiles, who considered themselves pure Jews, and the Samaritans who had not been deported to Babylon. The Samaritans' offer to help rebuild the temple was abruptly rejected by the exiles, initiating the period of exclusion and prejudice towards the Samaritan people. It was the elite who were taken captive in Babylon, while most of the rural population had remained behind, and it was among these elite exiles who wrote the subsequent biblical histories, where Judaism incorporated some Zoroastrian concepts. Upon the exiles' return is where we also see the beginnings of the priestly rulings to set clear boundaries for the Jews to keep themselves apart. Additionally, there was another shift due to the priestly emphasis on Jewish ethnic purity being traced through maternal descent. Controversially, the culturally Jewish but atheist psychiatrist Sigmund Freud addressed this zealous adherence to separateness from an analytical perspective in his book Moses and Monotheism, and the impact this attitude has had on ensuing history. Thanks for watching. Please check out the other videos on my channel if history is your thing, and see you next time.